because I feel like
Not enough?
no, it's funny because I feel like I don't want to
Okay,
admit
so-
to being Asian. That's
So
why.
if I'm like, I'm black, right?
Yeah.
What color are you?
Well, I'm yellow, I guess. But
But why don't we call you yellow?
I guess you can.
We could,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But why don't we?
It's the culture. It's the culture because Asian has the strong 1,000 years culture people build up to this state and the mentality we have, the hard working
which
career.
is also true of brown people,
Yeah.
right? But we still call brown people.
Yeah.
Which is also true of black people.
Yeah.
But we still call black people.
Yeah.
There's still teams in the United States named the Redskins. But why aren't you yellow?
Well, because I guess.
Who made you not yellow?
I guess in a way myself too.
You made you not yellow? When you were born, you were just like, oh, I'm not yellow?
No, well, no.
You-
I guess like.
You don't think black people ever thought about that? You don't ever think there's a black person that was just like, you know what?
I'm black? I just have dark
No.
skin color.
You don't ever think that no one tried that? You don't think that?
Well,
Like all the
I-
niggas that was running away from the plantation, they were like, I want to be a nigga. I want to be a nigga.
I'm a real boy.
I'm not that cool. I'm not even that fast. I can't jump that high. You know what I mean? Like,
I was born in the wrong body.
but in the time you were born, you
Yeah.
know that before you would have
Yeah.
been yellow for sure.
I guess so.
When and why did you stop being yellow?
Well, no. So, well, I feel like I've always been like the oddball. I didn't see it that way.
Are you? Would you call yourself yellow?
Oh yes,
For when?
I'm colorful. I have all colors.
Do you identify as Asian?
I think
or
I'm
Asian
black,
American?
I'm brown, I'm yellow, I'm red, I'm all colors.
Okay, that's dope. I'll accept that.
yeah,
I'll accept that.
I'm
That's
all
dope.
colors.
Okay, but to say that you identify as Asian American, I think it's
I'm saying
I think it's
because
worth you asking
Okay.
the question
Yeah.
to yourself. Because when I found out
Good
my
question.
ancestry DNA, I was like, okay, so I'm mostly from the west coast of Africa. Now, what the story says is that it's very likely that the majority of my DNA was transported during the transatlantic slave trade
Yeah.
to Louisiana, where I still have family to this day. This family still owns land and shit in Louisiana. Almost every nigga I know, like, everybody's home for some reason is because that was the port of entry for most niggas. And then, like, niggas was sold and shit. Where I get my last name is from the family that owned me, like, the longest. And that's also where I get my blonde hair from.
Oh.
That's where I get these pointy lips.
Okay. I don't think about something
So
like that.
cool, I like
So,
that.
As I'm reading about how my DNA gets diluted, I'm like Irish, Scottish, and I'm English, Wales, and it's just like, I don't think all those were love stories. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Especially considering that as I see the picture of my other half of my family that are Passmores, that do look like they'd identify maybe as white. They look like they could be from Europe,
Oh.
but they don't look like me. Like, it's like me and darker on my side of the family, and then it's like white, like
White
me and lighter on the other side of the family. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like I said, the emails and stuff, they didn't try to highlight your boy. You know what I mean? They wasn't trying to highlight a nigga and nothing. I was just like, yo, apparently we're family. They wasn't click, let me on red. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And so I understood. I was like, okay, this is how I got here. I understand now that my first name, Steven, is my Christian name,
Yeah.
and then my last name is my slave name, just factually about me. And it's just like my parents passed down those names because they didn't have whatever our original names were.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so I'm not. It doesn't say I'm black. It doesn't say white.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that. It
Yeah.
says Nigeria, Congo, Cameroon, Wales, Scotland, Ireland. Like, it says places, but it doesn't say white or black.